In this video, we are going to be showing you how to add expenses or payment lines in bookings or to an owner statement. Then we will go through what you need to know in order to pay your owners and generate statements and pay your commission. So the first step for putting a expense into a booking is to choose a booking. And once it has loaded, you will need to scroll down and go to the Owner Payments tab. And this has a line at the bottom of the first section where you can enter your custom payment. So this is used more for booking specific expenses. So I will use a extra clean as an example. And you can choose your date and external reference if you have one, and then the amount. And here is your drop down with the option of either an expense or a payment. And then we will save. And once this line is in, there is the option to edit this here. And you can amend the description, you can amend the date, you can put in a commission amount if you're taking one, and any VAT. You can also lock this payment, or you can put in a supplier if needed. And once you've made your changes, you can save it. And so if we scroll down again to owner payments, you can also see there is a way to get through to the statement from the booking. However, I'm going to show you how to add in an expense for the owner statement going through the commission statement setting. So if we go to agency and commission statement, and we go down to the owner, on the right you have a toggle and you can select statement here. And if we add in an expense, on the right hand side you will see this section here, and using the drop down you would enter expense on behalf of owner and the payment amount and any VAT. And if it is against a supplier, you have the option to choose the supplier. And again, you can put in commission and VAT amounts where applicable. And in the caption, you can add in what the expense was. This is specifically for general expenses that are not related to any bookings. And you can choose the date when this happened and any external references if you have them. And if we save this, and you will see I've got the call out fee put in. So now I will show you how to pay your owner and process a statement. For the first couple of months, we advise paying your owners individually. There is a way of bulk paying owners which will be covered by a separate video. So you would go into agency and commission statement and load up this page. And on the right hand side, we would go to the owner and use the toggle to go again to statement. And you can see that this is split into different sections. On the left, we have the report filter options, and these are a selection of tick boxes which you can use to either display certain columns or settings in your screen, or they will affect what the owner sees with the PDF statement or the owner's login. So this setting here is most commonly used for the owner payment date. However, you can use holiday arrival date for the range that you wish to pay your owners with. And again, you've got your date range here. You've got a tick box for cancel bookings. So if you are paying your owners with for any cancel bookings, you would need to select this. Again, you've got a tick box for show provisional bookings and hide payments for printing. So this is an option if you don't want to show payments on the statement. And you have this tick box, which is the hide brought forward total. This tick box relates to the first line that you will see here. And this always should remain 0. And if this has a balance attached to it, this usually means that there are previous payments not paid. You have this tick box here. So this is relating to the payments from the guest in the booking. And then these two are showing different columns on your screen. You have this as an option for the PDF statements that actually goes to the owner, and you can choose to hide commission on expenses and also have a separate expenses column. This last option is used for a running held on account column if you are using the feature held on account. You also have this link which will enable you to turn off settings for the owner so they don't see any of these options, and you can just tick which ones you want to hide and click save. Once you have selected the options that you need, you can click filter and scroll down, and you will see that we have some payments to make. When the payment lines appear, they all have a tick box, and this tick box can be ticked, and sometimes if you are loading a large amount of these lines, they might not always be ticked. So you would just need to come in to mark paid and double click, and this will highlight each tick box and tick it. If we scroll up, on the right hand side, this now has an amount in, and this amount is directly related to all the ticked lines total, which you can check with the grey box at the bottom, which is here. And we would leave this as payment to owner. And in your caption, you would put in the month that you are paying, and any payment reference numbers, and choose the date. You also have the option to lock payments if you work with a large amount of staff. And then we would need to click on save to save the payment. And we have our March payment line. Once you have done this, you will then be able to scroll up to the top part of this screen, and in the drop down here, there is an option to select an owner statement email. If you have not got this in the list of these templates, then you will need to go and create one in emails and letters and add. And using the tags button, you will be able to import some information which is based on the edit screen of the owner. And then making sure that you have email, you can then click generate. This will import the email address from the edit payment. This will import the email address from the edit owner screen. And you can see my basic template here. You can then choose to attach either the PDF or the Excel statement for this owner by ticking which box you want, and then you can click send just here. And once you have sent the email, you may come back to the correspondence history to see the record of the email being sent. Once you have completed all the owner payments, you will then need to go and pay yourself your commission, which is found in agency and commission statement. And using the first line with all owners, on the right hand side, using the toggle, if you go to view payments and choose the date range that you need to run, and you will see here is our March payment, and on the right we have a tick box. If there are a few lines, you can click toggle all, and this will toggle all of the tick boxes. Again, you can choose your date and pay commission and click OK in the pop-up box. The final thing will be to go into agency and reports and reconcile bank to be able to reconcile our commission paid and our owner. And again, we can reconcile ticked and choose the date. And then you will be able to have a reconciled transactions report to show all your reconciled transactions for the month in agency reports and reconciled transactions. And you also have the ability to export this to Excel.